this design approach in order to build a login system. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to declare a public collection at this point. Okay, I say public because I'd like to be able to reuse it all over the backend and front end side. All right, and then I'm going to say login, right here. This is of a type login. This guy right here. Okay, it's a complex type, obviously. Okay, and then I'm going to call it login list. I will set the getters and the setters for this one, and I will initialize it. Okay. Now keep in mind that this course assumes some fundamental knowledge of the C# programming language. If not, I do have just go and check my other actually video tutorials or courses for C# fundamentals and for beginners, from advanced users and intermediate users. Now, if you recall, in previous basically C# versions, we needed to initialize the list, the collection right here under the constructor, but this is no longer required. So that's how we do it at this point. Okay, just keep that in mind. And what I'm going to do is at this point, I'm going to introduce a protected return collection method, okay, of a type login. Is that? And I'm going to call it default login data. Right. So this method is the one that is going to feed our collection login list with the username and passwords, and it's going to return a list. It's going to return a list of default logins for our system. Okay, so in order for you to do this, what I will do at this point is I will just stay in I will just call the login list, all right, which I already declared right here, as you can see. Okay, and I will just call a new instance, all right, of new login list. There we go, just like that. And I will just add some data, obviously, right? Okay, so we have a username right here as a property, and I will type in A and a password, obviously, and I will just B. Okay, I will just copy this line. I'm lazy to do things, and I will say this one is B, this one is C. I will say, oops, there we go. I have A, B, oops, C. Okay, so there we go. And since this one is already done, I will just return that login list. All right. Keep in mind that I could do this. All right. Return this to keep things simple, right? Okay, let's keep it like that, right? So we should optimize code, and there's nothing wrong with this, but it's good that I showed you another way actually to do it. All right. And at this point, there should be a method that's going to return the users. I mean, pretty much we already have it, but I'd like to do something else right here. This one is already isolated and it's protected, and it can be accessed only within the class. So for that purpose, I'll do another public list of a type of login, okay, which is going to get the users, all right? Get users. This one makes more sense, right? And this one is going to return the default, right? Default the login data, okay? This one right here, right? So that's what I'm going to do, okay? And this is the basically the method returns all users, all right? This one, what does it do? This one also returns, but it's the collection, okay? physical action with collection. Oh, wait a second. Okay. We can do this, but I would like to return a login list of this, all right? So that was okay like that. Okay, keep that in mind. So I would like to return a login list. This thing, a list. So basically, I'm using this one to populate physical collection, right? Login list with default data, all right? But I would like to return a login list of that information and not just the collection, because otherwise I'd like to get access of this one and not of the methods all over the place. Okay, it's sort of similar, but a little bit different actually. Right, so just keep that in mind. And I would need to have some kind of a mechanism that will check if the user is logged or not, okay, based on the supplied information right here. Now, keep in mind that actually this could come from a database, right? This could come from an API, this could come from anywhere else, right? So this information about the login, I'm just keeping it simple so that you understand the logic behind the architecture behind the design. All right, so this one is a method that's going to check if the user is logged or not, okay? Check if user is logged, okay? Right, or not, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I need to pass in the username here, right? And another string, which is the password, right? Simple as that. And I will do the full login. First of all, now, what do we need to do? Before we check it, before we use this method logged, we need to get all the users, right? By getting the users, we call the default login data method, which is going to fill in the list. This one right here, okay? And then we have a base data to work with, right? And then I will say the following. I need to look through the records now and check if this username and the password are contained within the login list, which are, for example, these guys right here, okay? So I will say the following: for every each element in the login list, see, that's why we needed the login list. But then if I was going to keep